Imagine a technological leap so ambitious, so far ahead of its time, that it almost instantly became a monument to failure. A device that was supposed to revolutionize gaming, but instead delivered eye strain, neck pain, and a deep sense of buyer's remorse. We're talking about the Nintendo Virtual Boy, a console so notoriously bad it stands as a cautionary tale in the annals of video game history. But what if the story runs deeper than just a simple flop? What if this bizarre monochromatic headset holds secrets about Nintendo's unspoken fears and brilliant, yet ultimately doomed innovation? To truly understand the enigma of the Virtual Boy, we need to transport ourselves back to the mid 1990s. The gaming world was a vibrant, rapidly evolving ecosystem. Nintendo, riding high on the unparalleled success of the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, was the undisputed titan. Sega, with its Genesis, was a formidable challenger, constantly pushing boundaries and creating unforgettable rivalries. Meanwhile, a new contender was emerging, Sony, with promises of 3D graphics and CD-ROM technology that threatened to redefine the entire industry. The transition from 2D sprites to polygonal 3D was imminent, and every major player felt the pressure to innovate, to not be left behind. Within Nintendo, the man widely credited with the Game & Watch and Game Boy, Gunpei Yokoi, was a legendary figure. He possessed an almost prophetic vision for portable and affordable gaming. Yokoi's philosophy was simple yet profound. Lateral thinking with withered technology. This meant using mature, inexpensive, and readily available components in novel, unexpected ways to create groundbreaking products. It was this very philosophy that birthed the Game Boy, a device that by all accounts should have failed against more powerful competitors, yet triumphed spectacularly. So when Yokoi's team began development on a new cutting-edge system, expectations were astronomically high. This new project, internally codenamed VR32, was intended to showcase true stereoscopic 3D gaming, a concept that, even today, virtual reality is still striving to perfect. The ambition was palpable, but the constraints were even more so. Nintendo needed to iterate quickly to stay competitive, and Yokoi's team was tasked with creating a revolutionary system on a budget and a tight deadline, long before the technology was truly ready. But things took a darker turn almost immediately. Yokoi's original vision for a full-color, head-mounted virtual reality system was quickly shot down due to concerns over cost, motion sickness, and the technical limitations of the era. They simply couldn't achieve a truly immersive, full-color experience without making the device prohibitively expensive and unwieldy. The compromise? A stark monochromatic red LED display. This decision alone sealed the Virtual Boy's fate in the eyes of many, but it was a pragmatic choice given the circumstances. Red LEDs were cheap, consumed minimal power, and offered excellent contrast. Yet they came with a significant drawback: eye strain. To alleviate some of this, Nintendo implemented a pause feature every 15-30 minutes, a clear admission of the device's inherent discomfort. The design itself was another bewildering choice. Instead of a comfortable, wearable headset, the Virtual Boy was a bulky, tripod-mounted monstrosity. Players were forced to hunch over the device, placing immense strain on their necks and backs. This wasn't just inconvenient, it was a fundamental flaw that contradicted the very idea of immersive gaming. You weren't transported into the game. You were tethered to a restrictive machine, constantly reminded of your physical discomfort. The development process was riddled with other compromises. Nintendo was reportedly diverting significant resources to its upcoming N64 console, leaving the Virtual Boy team with limited funding and a compressed timeline. Stories emerged of engineers working under immense pressure, cutting corners, and making last-minute design changes. Yokoi himself was reportedly unhappy with the final product, feeling it was rushed to market before it was truly ready. However, the corporate machine was relentless. The console launched in Japan in July 1995 and in North America in August 1995. The marketing campaign, while attempting to be edgy and mysterious, often highlighted the very features that would later be criticized. Remember the tagline, "A new way to play"? It certainly was new, but perhaps not in the way Nintendo intended. What they discovered next changed everything. The critical reception was devastating. Reviewers lambasted its red and black visuals, the physical discomfort it caused, and its paltry library of just 22 games. Titles like Wario Land and Virtual Boy Tennis were generally well regarded within the limited scope of the system, but even the best games couldn't overcome the inherent flaws of the hardware. Sales figures were abysmal. In Japan, only around 150,000 units were sold. In North America, the numbers barely topped 750,000. Nintendo, a company accustomed to selling millions of units, was facing an unprecedented commercial disaster. Retailers struggled to move units, often offering deep discounts just to clear inventory. Within months, the Virtual Boy was quietly discontinued, making it one of Nintendo's shortest-lived consoles. The fallout was swift. Gunpei Yokoi, the visionary behind some of Nintendo's greatest successes, left the company shortly after the Virtual Boy's demise. While his departure was officially attributed to retirement, many believe it was directly linked to the console's failure, a tragic end for a brilliant career. To this day, the Virtual Boy remains a perplexing footnote in Nintendo's storied history. Was it a desperate gamble that went horribly wrong, or a bold but premature experiment in virtual reality? It's a compelling argument that the technology simply wasn't ready to deliver on Yokoi's ambitious vision, but it also serves as a potent reminder that even the most innovative companies can misstep when development is rushed, resources are constrained, and user experience is compromised. The Virtual Boy's legacy isn't just one of failure, it's a testament to the relentless pursuit of innovation, even if that pursuit sometimes leads to uncomfortable, red-hued dead ends. It left Nintendo scarred but wiser, learning invaluable lessons that would shape future console designs. Perhaps its true purpose wasn't to succeed, but to teach. If you want to dive deeper into the hidden dangers of technological overreach, the next video explores the mystery behind the internet's most infamous digital ghost town.